What's going on, everyone? My name is JP. This is my wife Jordana and our kids Aurelia and Odin. Back on our 6th wedding anniversary, we decided we wanted to buy an RV and see the country. Fast forward to March of 2021, we sold our house, ditched all our stuff, and hit the road for what we hope will be a journey filled with a lifetime of memories. We hope you will join us on this journey as we wander to get lost.
What's going on, everybody? JP here with Wander to Get Lost, and in today's video we're going to be installing the Micro-Air EasyStart 364 for both of our AC units, and this is in preparation for our solar system install. And actually, even if you don't have a solar system that you need to run an inverter off of, installing the EasyStarts is actually much better for your RV's electrical system, just in general, just basically from what it does. So before we get into that, let me show you in the box what it looks like, how it came, and then we'll go over some of the details. Alright, so this is how it came. We actually got 2 of them. So it comes with nice color printed instructions or information sheet. If you've seen any of my other videos, I love color. Black and white, but this is very nice. So it starts off with some be safe, and then basically you're going to use a QR code. Just zap that with your phone, or you could go to their website, to their knowledge bank, and then choose the application that you're going to be installing for. So obviously we're doing RV, so you can zap that with your phone with your QR reader. That took me to the knowledge bank page, and then I was able to just scroll down and select my AC units. We have the Coleman Mach units, front and back. And then number 3 is after you install it, there's the EasyStart learning process, which you're going to have to shut down the unit or start the unit 5 times and shut it down after each time, so that way the EasyStart can actually learn how your AC kicks on, and then after that you'll be good to go. And then it recommends that you should do a test on it, use it with your generator or under live conditions. So I won't be able to do that just yet because we are plugged into shoreline power, and our solar system's not installed yet, so I'll be doing that test after we install the solar system. Alright, so this is the unit itself. So obviously you're not going to mess around with this. And the one other great thing is this unit is Bluetooth, so I can actually connect to this via the Micro-Air app and actually see what's going on inside our AC units and the power that it's drawing. So there's 4 wires. You have an orange wire, you have a white wire, a brown, and then a black. So these are going to connect to different wires that are coming off of your AC compressor. So we'll go over that when we're on top of the roof. Just full disclosure, I've already cheated and I've installed 1 unit just because I wanted to make sure I could work out any kinks, so that way when I show you this one, it will be a nice install. Alright, so how does the EasyStart work? I don't really know. But according to their website will tell you everything they need to know, and if you watch their videos and you watch very smart engineers, they'll explain everything in great detail, exactly how everything works. But basically what happens is when your AC unit kicks on, it's a single phase motor, the initial amp draw to kick on that compressor is huge. For the Coleman Machs, which we have, when you hear that compressor kick on, it's like a wham, it's like whoom! And that's an initial heavy amperage draw, which if you're running off battery bank with an inverter, you may not be able to run that even on your generators, so you might not even be able to run your AC unit. What the EasyStart is doing is instead of that initial spike that hits up and then comes down, this is a soft start, so it's an actual gradual peak that lessens the peak and spreads it out a little longer to make that amperage draw less. So according to EasyStart, they can drop that initial current draw anywhere from 50 to 75%. So if you're thinking 51 amps on the initial ramp up, 75% of that, what are we looking at? Like 36 amps maybe? So get it down to anywhere between 15 to 20 amps on the initial startup. And then what I've found on our display on our RV is that our AC units, after they kick on, they usually hover around 10, 11 amps. And we're on a 30 amp RV system. So if we have both AC units running, we can't kick on any other high-powered electrical devices such as coffee maker or the microwave. We're playing with a balancing game. This might actually lower it enough to where we would be able to use both, maybe not, but when we're driving now with the RV, I won't have to run the generator. I can run our AC units off the solar bank. Even when we go boondocking, we'll be able to run both units because we have a 5,000 watt inverter. We have 800 amp hours of battery bank. So that's one of the big things. So the other thing, again, I mentioned briefly before, our Coleman Macs come on and they're loud when the compressor kicks in. When we're in the bedroom, if we're sleeping with the kids, it's very loud when it kicks on. It's woken up Odin a couple of times. And also in the TV room, when the compressor is running, kicks on and starts running, it's hard to hear the TV. So it's kind of annoying. We're hoping that this will lessen that noise, and then we have something else that we're going to be adding to the RV AC units that will help lessen the noise even more, so that will be on another video. And then the other thing is that we have been able to run both our AC units on a 30 amp system. Our generator doesn't allow for it when we're driving, so we always have to have one AC unit running. But this is, according to EasyStart, they say that you can definitely run 2 AC units on the 30 amp system. This is just going to make it much more efficient and much better for our RV electrical. All right, so we're going to go up to the roof and we're going to tie this into our system. This I'm going to mount outside of the electrical connection box area. I have some double-sided Gorilla Tape that I'm going to use for that. And then I'll show you the connections. I've already done a lot of reading and looking over all the different diagrams, you know, the electrical diagrams that come included, so I know which wires to connect into. If you don't have a Coleman Mach or you have a different unit, definitely read through the instructions from Micro-Air to make sure that you know which wires you need to connect to in your system. All right, so let's get onto the roof. Enough jibber jabber, and let's get this installed. And then we're going to do the run tests for the units. That's going to take about probably 20 to 25 minutes, because after you turn on your AC unit and let the compressor kick on, we're going to let it run for 30 seconds, and then we're going to shut it down and wait 5 minutes, so that way everything can equalize, and then we'll do that again. So we got to do that for 5 times, and then the 6th time is the final run through. All right. Oh, one other thing. So with the Coleman Macs, the only thing you're going to need in addition to the Gorilla Tape, so you can mount this, or you could screw it somewhere if you wanted to, but I prefer the tape. You're going to need crimp connectors. So these are insulated crimp sleeves, and I also have some electrical tape, but you're going to need 2 of these for the brown and the black. These 2 are just going to plug onto the start cap. All right, let's go up top. see, here's the wiring diagram for everything that's here. This is our compressor. So here we have our black, red, and white lines that run in. And then they also have a set of wires over here that control our fan motor right there. So we're not going to mess with these. We're only concerned about these three right here. So Coleman Mach, they have like a putty that fills this hole, so you got to get that out of there. Alright, once you have that out, the reason why is you need to be able to pass the EasyStart wires through this grommet. In here, because the unit's not going to fit in here, you're going to have to mount the unit up here. So what I found is that pass the wires with the connectors on through one at a time first, and then you can pass these through and then the whole unit. Otherwise you're not going to get all of them in at once. It's a pretty tight grommet and you have a lot of wires already going through here. This white wire with the yellow connector, it's a much bigger connector and it's very hard. It was a struggle on the other one to get through. There we go. Good, got those two. And now pass our brown and black through. Like so. And then I just untangle or unravel this. I'm going to place this aside for now. We don't need it right now. Alright, so before we go touching any lines or cutting anything, I did shut off, I unplugged power going to our shoreline. I've turned off my breaker switches for each of the AC units, so that's that. And then what some people say is that these starter caps can still hold a charge, so to discharge the charges that they have, just bridge the gaps with a insulated tool. So I'm just going to do that, and we should be good. Easiest one to find first was this purple and black common line. So you can just double check that it is the same one by pulling on it. That is. So you need to connect this one to this black line, all three, and then crimp them together. So you just got to cut these lines, and then we're going to strip them. I'm going to twist them all together, and now you need your crimp cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim a little bit off of here. Seated nice. I always twist it when it goes on. And we're going to crimp. Good. And just double check. Give it a little tug. It should be in there nice and snug. And then I'm going to use some electrical tape and wrap it. Good. So that's the first connection done. Next connection I'm going to do is this brown wire, which is now going to go to this white wire that goes onto the start cap. So it's going to jump the run wire into this brown, which will then travel into the EasyStart, and then it'll come back out this white wire, which will then connect back to that spot. So I got to pull that off from back there. It's actually easy. I just gave it a little tug and it came right up. So I'm going to take it out. It'll actually be easier for me to make my connections. What I can actually do is take my orange line, pop that on right now, please. So that's going to go there. I'm going to take this white line off. Snip it. Strip the wire. We're going to double check that it's the right wire. It is. Like so. Just those together. Give it a little trim. Get my crimp connector. Put that on and twist. So nicely seated. Now we're gonna good. Now just wrap it in some electrical tape. Good. And now we're going to replace this onto the start cap. So let's see. Thinking this way might be the best way to get it on. Alright, so that's all back together. Put those wires in. I'm going to tuck my Gorilla tape. Mount this with the cable gland up. So I'll pass this wire over it. And I'm going to mount it right here. Good. So that, and then what I'll do is I'll pull this extra line through. Like so. And we can just curl that up in there. And that's it for that. So we'll just reinstall Alright, so that is secure. We're going to put the cover back on, and then well, actually, sorry, I forgot one last thing. Don't forget to put the putty back. So we're just gonna try and soften it up a little bit. Alright. Looks pretty good. Alright, that's it. So everything's back to normal. As you can see, the rear unit is also done. So I'm going to climb down the ladder, and then we're going to go inside the RV and do the run tests, or the run starts on each of them, so that the units can learn how our AC works. Alright, I'll meet you inside the RV. Alright, we're back in the RV. Turn on the lights. Let's go to the panel and flip everything back on. Alright, so we'll start with the main unit. And I have cold air coming out, so I know my compressor is making AC. Alright, I'm going to let this run a few more seconds, and then I'm going to do the bedroom, and then I'm going to have to keep going back and forth. Alright, so that's good. Shut it down. Alright, so that was the front unit. So let's see, we're going to turn on the bedroom unit, and let's see. Alright, so I have it down to 70. So that's on. Let's see our panel. So we're at 5 or 6. So the compressor hasn't kicked on yet. Let's see what happens when it does. Alright, so there you saw, that was the initial compressor kicking on. So this is test 1. That went to 21, and now it's back down to 8, 9, 10, around there. Alright, so that was the first test for the bedroom unit and the front unit. I'm going to do the other test. It's going to take a while for me to to do every test. We'll be here for about 25 minutes, so I will come back and show you the final test, or the initial run after doing all the tests, or the learning sequence. Alright, see you in a few seconds. Alright, what's going on, everybody? I am done with the sequencing or the learning of each AC unit with the Micro-Air EasyStarts. So it's been about 30 minutes. So I did the 5 runs and everything is off right now. So I'm going to get ready to start up the front AC unit, and I'll just show you right now on our electrical panel that shows that we're between 2 and 3 amps. I do have some lights on right now, and our fridge is running off electric. So if we turn on the front, so that's the fan motor. So that kicked on to 10 amps and then came down within a second right down to 5. So we're anywhere between 4 and 5 just for the fan motor. So you can figure that's about 2 amps just for the fan motor running. So we're just going to wait for the compressor to kick on, and we'll see what it spikes to. There it goes. And I barely even heard the compressor kick on. So that went up to 13 amps to start up. And now it's anywhere between 11 to 13 amps running. So normally that would spike all the way up to like 21 to 24. And the front units are big unit. I think it's 13,500. So I barely heard that compressor kick on. So I was really happy about that. Alright, so I'm going to let that run for a little bit. We'll go to the back bedroom. Alright, so that's the fan motor kicking on. So now we're at with the fan motor on the back bedroom. So 14 to 16 amps. Oh, there it was. So the compressor just kicked on. It went to 22. When the compressor kicked on, I didn't even hear the compressor come on in the bedroom. We just saw the spike. So now we're fluctuating anywhere from 18 to 21 amps. So I can tell you for sure that was unheard of before the EasyStarts. When we were on both AC units, our amp panel was usually around 27, 28, and that was with like some moderate lights on. So right now it's fluctuating 17 to 20 amps, with both AC units running. The fridge is on electric, and we have lights. Pretty much all the lights are on. So that is huge. So that gives us, like, you know, 10 amps to spare. So this is going to really make it awesome. Give us a little more leeway because of our 30 amp system, and especially when we're using our 5,000 watt Victron inverter with our battery bank. It's going to be awesome. So I gotta say, it's a success. This is really awesome. It's hard, I guess. I don't even know if you could tell with the sound from the GoPro, but I heard the front room compressor, the main one, kick on a little bit, and the back bedroom didn't even hear it. So that's awesome. So it's definitely not going to wake the kids up if the compressor kicks on while we're sleeping. So yeah, I'll meet you out on the step for a little recap. Alright everybody, so as you can see, the install for the EasyStart Micro-Air, super simple, at least for my AC unit, the Coleman Mach. So all in all, with the filming and everything, it took about an hour and a half to do both AC units and then to do the learning sequence for each unit. So I did, again, the 5 start and stops for each unit, and then the 6th one was normal. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. I guess I will do a follow-up video once we get the battery bank and the inverter fully installed on the RV, which should be happening in the next couple of days, and then I'll be able to test out the AC units with the EasyStarts and show you how it works with that system and see if we're able to run both units, which would be huge. In speaking with Battleborn, the technicians at Battleborn, and all the literature I've read with Victron, the inverter, they were confident that with the EasyStarts and the size of our battery bank and our 5,000 watt inverter, we will be good to run both. So I'm looking forward to that. Big thanks to Micro-Air for providing these units to us at a discount. Fortunately, I don't have a discount code for you guys, but if I do get one, I will put it down below. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll answer as best I can. Just remember, I'm just a RV DIYer, not a professional, so make sure you read your documents carefully, and if you have any questions, call the techs at Micro-Air, ask them, and then if ultimately you decide not to do it, then find a qualified installer. If you pick up this unit, if you pick up these Micro-Airs, you see us at a campground and you have the Coleman Mach, I will be happy to install it for you. So no biggie. Alright, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all our new subscribers. We're almost at 5,000. And when we hit 5,000, we're going to be doing a huge giveaway. So help us get to 5,000 by sharing our videos. Alright, thanks again everybody. I'll see you on the next video. Stay lost.